Hello everyone, my name is Evan Jacobs, and I realize I'm a day late and a dollar short with this because Mick Conlan was supposed to fight yesterday on St. Patrick's Day, and I should have done this bout yesterday because apparently he's fought every year on St. Patrick's Day since he turned pro in 2017. Wasn't able to fight due to the coronavirus pandemic that we are all dealing with now in the world, and so I am doing the fight. I'm trying to do all of the fights that I possibly can do. I won't obviously be able to do every canceled fight, but the ones that I hear about, the ones that I'm able to do, the ones that I think fans want to see, even ones that I don't know if fans want to see, I am doing. So right now, we have Mick Conlan. He's a 6-5 favorite over Belmar Preciado. Conlan's 28, Preciado's 31. Conlan 5'8", Preciado 5'6". These are two featherweights. They weigh 126 pounds. Mick Conlan, 69 reach. Belmar Preciado, made him 668 reach. I wasn't able to actually find that right statistic, but I did as much as I could on BoxRec. Conlan is 13-0. Belmar Preciado is 20-2. All right. So let's get right to the action. Now, this is a 10-round fight, 3-minute rounds, 10-point must scoring system, no mandatory 8 count, 3 knockdown rule waived. And let's go. Conlan Preciado. So you weren't able to see it on St. Patrick's Day. At least you'll get to see it. And this is the kind of thing. It's a 10-round fight. I don't know a ton about Mick Conlan's career. I looked over the fighter that I've seen him fight, but I'm not too familiar with the fighters that he's fought. Same with Belmar Preciado. But I think this should be a pretty entertaining fight. Preciado has as many knockouts as Conlan has fights. So Preciado comes in with 20-2, pretty decent record. Conlan's 13-0. So this should be this should be very, very interesting. And I'll be honest, these guys aren't really bangers in the sense of being hard bangers. It doesn't seem. It seems like that for Conlan, it's more or less his work rate that that gets him the victory. His work rate, his consistency, his boxing skills. It really isn't like he has like this crazy powerful punch that just is going to decapitate you. Preciado seems to be the same way. And Conlan right now doing his best to sort of stay out of harm's way against Preciado. We'll see if Conlan, Oh wow. And he catches him with a left hand. Just as I'm saying that, Mick Conlan as they call him, sets up a beautiful left hand. Yeah, hopefully that's what I said the first time. And wobbles Belmar Preciado. All right, so he cracks him again. Conlan going to the head and body. And Conlan's showing a lot of good defense. Preciado's coming in with the right hands, coming in with the uppercuts, and Conlan's blocking it. I give him a lot of credit. We're in the final minute of the first round. This is a 10-round fight. Usually usually there are 12 rounds. That seems to just be the fights that kind of get done here on BoxingTime TV. But for right now, this is what you are getting, folks. As Mick Conlan makes his way up, kind of makes his bones, fights the ham and eggers, fights the tough guys to kind of make his bones, build his resume. And I mean, he's headed for a title shot. He's with top rank. They're probably gonna, if hopefully everything happening. I mean, it's early days. Things are changing. We're hearing a lot of gloom and doom, but I think the hope is that we get through this by June, and then things kind of are more normalized in the fall, at which point I think Mick Conlan could get a title shot before the end of the year still. It just depends. There's a lot of moving parts, not just in his career, but in the fight game and in the world today. And we're just doing our best, taking it day by day. 10-9, 10-9, all for Conlan as we go into the second round. And that's the reason why I am doing one of these every day. I'm going to try to do them as long as I'm off. I'm going to just continue going. Just because, I feel it's therapeutic for me to kind of get out and just put something out there every day. And also it kind of, we can look back through boxing and just sort of journal, hey, what was going on that particular day, what's happening. Like yesterday, I found out that Orange County basically got locked down while I was doing the podcast. And if you listen to the podcast, it's the Archer Better Be of Meng Fanlong bout. It kind of changed the tone of the podcast. It changed how I did the podcast. And to be honest, it wasn't really that good of a podcast. But you know what? Learning every single day and trying to get better as I do this. And I just think this is it's just an enjoyable, interesting way to look at boxing. Oh, and he lands a right hand. Is Michael Conlan. He came out, he took that first round. I thought that first round could have been even, but maybe the judges were swayed by the shot that wobbled Preciado. I think Conlan's doing pretty well. However, when they're at the distance, Belmar or Preciado is able from far away to have better success. Although Conlan's showing good defense, high hands, he's taking shots as they come. Oh, and he lands again. He cracks him again. And we're going into the final minute of the second round. This is, it's one of those things. I think Conlan's setting himself up for a victory. He's going to the body, although he's just got tagged right there. He's going to the body. He's landing shots to the head. He's starting to really feel his, And they are throwing shots, folks. And Mick Conlan, he's doing really good kind of backing up, drawing Delmar Preciado into him. Delmar Preciado's trying. It's sort of like he's behind Mick Conlan this whole fight. And I have a feeling in this round, I thought, oh wow, one judge giving it to Preciado, another judge giving it to Conlan. I'll bet this judge has it even. No, gives it to Conlan. I have a feeling we're going to see Conlan explode a little bit in this round. I'm just putting that out there. So Preciado doing good work with the left hand. Conlan landing with the right. And this is a good test for him because he has a really live opponent in Belmar Preciado. So yeah, once again, you are watching BoxingTime TV. If you like what you're watching, please like the video, comment, and subscribe to this channel. Please pass on these links. Just trying to kind of blow this out and make this, the hub for simulated boxing content. And I just want to fill it up right now, especially now that I'm, off for a bit from my job. I'm working from home doing other jobs, but my main job I am off from. And it's just one of those things that I'm just trying to kind of figure this whole thing out. As we all are. And right now, we have some of the bouts on schedule are Fury Joshua. I might do that soon. Joshua Pulev, Dylan White versus Alexander Povetkin, Abraham versus Strum, Kell Brook versus Amir Khan, Dubois versus Joyce. So, getting through all those, I'm sure that there'll be other bouts that will come up that I'm just going to figure out a way to do. I'm just gonna figure out a way to do, and I'm gonna do, I'm just gonna do my best. And I just want to keep these coming. And who knows, maybe BoxingTime TV and will turn into a boxing podcast of a different sort. I don't know. I would like to keep it simply just the simulated fights. I really feel that. And by the way, I think Belmar Preciado is having a very good round. I think Michael Conlan, if he's really thinking in there, is going to want to go to the body and come upstairs more. He seems to kind of be a little bit befuddled by the punch output of Belmar Preciado. We'll see how that plays into the rest of the bout. Oh, and Conlan, wow, they're going back and forth, and Conlan giving as good as he gets, and that's why he's so good. He likes to be the guy landing the last punch. So my prediction so far was wrong. Conlan did not explode, but I think he's landing more. He's getting closer to that. However, this has been a good round, and I would not be surprised if they gave it to Delmar Preciado. Oh, Conlan wobbles him again with the left hand. Wow, Michael Conlan, maybe I was wrong. Maybe he's going to explode. But wow, he cracked Delmar Preciado hard with the left hand as we close out this third round. Michael Conlan making all of his fans happy. He's a huge star. The Irish contingent loves him. Like the fighters like him and Ryan Garcia, I mean, they are truly the future of this sport. And, you know, the future until the next guys come up. But wow, what an interesting bout. And I'm telling you, I think Delmar Preciado did pretty good that round. Wow, one judge giving it 10-8 to Mike Conlan. Wow, another judge 10-9. Wow, one judge had it even. So Delmar Preciado, Michael Conlan is ahead by 7 points. And I'm telling you, I think this bout's a lot closer. Although I do think that the wobbling punches and the harder punches are being thrown by Michael Conlan, and maybe that's what the judges are excited about seeing. Oh, he's going to the body now. Oh, Michael Conlan's still doing well. And right now, he's doing a really good job just beating up Delmar Preciado on the outside and the inside. And that's the thing is he just doesn't. It wears Preciado down. And I'm telling you, I think one of those times that left's going to land and Preciado is going to be dropped. Now watch, I say that and Preciado drops Conlan. This is a good fight, folks. It's a good fight. It's a good St. Patrick's Day fight. Sorry I didn't do it on St. Patrick's Day. Instead I did Archer Beterbiev versus Meng Fanlong, which was not nearly as good as this. And Delmar Preciado doing well. He needs to jab more. When he was doing it, he's able to sort of disrupt the rhythm of Michael Conlan. I always say when two fighters get in the ring, and if each of them can implement their styles, we get a great fight because we're seeing the best of both fighters. Right now, Delmar Preciado, I think he's starting to wilt. You see that he's in the corner now, and you're going to see Michael Conlan start to unload on him as we move into the final minute of the fourth round. Oh, and he's going upstairs. He's hitting him with body shots. All right, and Michael Conlan ripping him up on the ropes and off the ropes. I'm telling you, he's really getting into his own. You can see him getting a fluidity in there. He's starting to go to the body more, mixing that up with the head game that he's doing. This bout is becoming more and more interesting as it progresses. And right now they're saying that Mick Conlan's breathing heavy. Preciado's obviously tired. And that was a good round. I could see the 10-8. I could see the 10-9. All for Michael Conlan. Michael Conlan 10-9 here. So right now Michael Conlan's starting to take over this bout, folks. We're at the halfway point. Well, we're at the fifth round. So we're almost at the full halfway point. And I think Conlan's just going to continue pressing it like this. He lands a left hand, and Delmar Preciado, trying as he might, he needs to throw more punches, but it's tough keeping Michael Conlan off you. Michael Conlan didn't get to be 13-0 for nothing. Once again, you are watching Boxing Time TV. If you like what you see here, you can find me on Instagram. Give me a follow there if you like. This is basically just sort of a shadow page. It's become, I do news posts, and I did a post recently about Roger Mayweather, because I just loved him. I loved his style. In my mind, and I truly believe this, he was the best pound-for-pound boxer against any opponent. The problem was his ability to take a punch was compromised. So that was a problem for him because he would get knocked out. But at the same time, I believe that it prolonged his career because he never took a beating. He was never in like I never saw him, other than maybe with Harold Brazier. Never really saw him in like these brutal fights. It just didn't happen for him. He would get clipped, he'd go out. But then he would fight a guy that you would think would knock him out, and he would outbox the guy. I mean, seriously, style-wise, you would think that Vinny Pazienza would be able just to steamroll him. Sadly, Pazienza didn't have that kind of power, and boxing-wise, Mayweather was levels above him. So that's, and that's just one bout. I mean, I think if they fought 10 times, Julio Cesar Chavez knocks out Roger Mayweather 10 times. It's just kind of the way that styles make fights and whatnot. But I think that, him fighting Rafael Pineda, him fighting Kostya Tszyu, I just think he was always in every fight. And it's sad that he passed away. He was only 58. Such a talented fighter, talented trainer. Really did great work with his nephew, Floyd. So he will be missed. And I'm glad I got to say something about him on this Boxing Time TV podcast. And also, if there's bouts that you want to see out there, maybe even fantasy bouts, DM me, hit me up on YouTube, and I will do my best to make them. Oh, I'm telling you, Michael Conlan's ripping up Delmar Preciado from the inside and the out. Showing really nice high guard and just, coming in and out. He's putting on a clinic. And what I like is the way that Conlan's using the ring. He's not just keeping him in the corner. He's drawing him out and beating him up. So Preciado can't just lay on the ropes and take it. He's got to feel it in the ring. He's got to have body composure. He's got to. It's all these things that Michael Conlan's doing that's why so many people are so high on this guy. I'm gonna get some water from my water cup. All right. So we have Conlan breathing heavy. They're saying Preciado's obviously tired. Conlan wins that round all 10-9. We go out for the 6th round. So now we are in the halfway point, and Michael Conlan's just going to start taking this over. He's going to start landing. He's going to start landing a right hand. He's just going to start doing the things that we expect from Michael Conlan. And you have Belmar Preciado kind of keeping him off him, or trying to anyway. And Michael Conlan keeping his hands up, coming in with a right hand, and going to the body again. I'm telling you, Michael Conlan is doing really, really good work in there, and I mean he's putting himself in a position to score a knockdown or a knockdown or knockout. And Belmar Preciado staying alive, fighting off the ropes a little bit. Michael Conlan showing, I mean, he's really doing good, just parrying those shots, picking them off, and then landing. He's landing with straight lefts and straight rights. And I mean, if this bout was really happening, if he was doing it at Madison Square Garden or wherever the bout was supposed to be held, and I believe that's where he has them, because he's such a big following here in the States already. I think the crowd would just be going wild. So many things are happening now without crowds. It's just interesting. I don't know if any of you caught the UFC bout without the crowd, but that was really, really interesting. And now Conlan just beating up Belmar Preciado. Preciado's game, he's trying, but man, Michael Conlan just has answers for everything. in the final 30 seconds of this 10-round bout between Michael Conlan and Delmar Preciado. You're watching Boxing Time TV. As I say, if you like what you see, please like, comment, and subscribe. Please share these links. Please tell your family and friends. Let's just try to build this out. Just throwing content out, keeping it out there. Oh, and he just cracks him. Michael Conlan, his punch just slamming Delmar Preciado into the ropes. All right, so once again, this has fallen into one of those bouts where Michael Conlan's probably going to do this and get a decision, folks. So 10-8, 10-9, 10-9. So I'm going to stay with you. You're going to stay with it. We're just going to see what happens. That's the thing, is I don't press any buttons. I don't do anything. I'm just here doing it with you guys, and I put it on simulation, and I just sit back. I make the fighters the best way that I can, and kind of just roll the dice. My plan after this is to mow the lawn, if anyone cares, and then I think I'm going to go for a walk, come home and shower and do some more work, and then go to bed. Keep things simple. I'm trying to get outside every day in some way. I believe in the whole shelter in place thing. I understand why we're doing it. So, it's the kind of thing I'm going to be vigilant. I'm telling you, Michael Conlan putting on a boxing clinic. Michael Conlan, you can see, hey, I give Belmar Preciado credit. He's keeping him off him. He's not getting knocked out. He's just getting tattooed. And, there comes a point in a fight, this probably isn't going to happen. I mean, this won't happen unless Belmar Preciado, the way this game works, unless Belmar Preciado were to get cut and get a gash, they're just going to keep this going. He just landed on Conlan. And as Teddy Atlas once said when he was broadcasting, if you were hitting the other guy, you're in the fight. And so that's going to keep you in the fight. Oh, and he wobbles him with a shot to the body. Michael Conlan trying to turn it on. He would love nothing more than in front of his contingent to get a knockout. That would just be the coup de grace for him. $10-8. 10-8. Another 10-8 for Michael Conlan. He's at a point now. He's 24 points ahead. Belmar Preciado is going to need a knockout to win this. He probably needed it before the last time. I mean, I'm telling you, Michael Conlan's just racking up the points. One second, I'm just going to go check something. Oh, he goes for the body. Michael Conlan. Conlan landing harder. Was there a knockdown? Did I miss something? I would have heard the bell if there was. Conlan showing good stamina, continuing to use various parts of the ring. I think Delmar Preciado maybe getting a second wind, of course. But you know Michael Conlan probably just going to punch it out of him. And that's the thing. Michael Conlan would love to fight Belmar. Oh, and he wobbles him and he goes upstairs. Telling you, Belmar Preciado is a tough guy. He's taking a lot of shots. Oh, and he still does it. And that's the thing. What I like about Michael Conlan is when he's in front of him, just the way that he's not getting hit, and he's just smart. He's economical about his punches. We're in the final minute of the eighth round. He's going to the body. He's punching Belmar Preciado from pillar to post. And he has him wobbled now. He's going to the body. He's going to the body. Conlan has him. Well, Belmar Preciado is a tough guy. He's one of those guys that has the ability to, when he gets hurt, he can recover well from a punch, and he comes back and he hits Conlan. So Preciado's in this in some way. He's losing, and he's probably gonna lose this fight unless he can pull out a haymaker. But man, I mean, he was just wobbled, and you saw Conlan just tattooing him, but it just was not enough. Oh, and he wobbles him and he drops him. Michael Conlan strings it together with a quick 1-2. Belmar Preciado probably didn't even see coming. Preciado's gonna get up. As I've said, I don't think Conlan's that big of a power puncher so much as he's a volume puncher. 10-7, so we're saying Preciado's exhausted, has a cut over his eye. We have 2 more rounds. 10-7, 10-8, 10-7, all for Michael Conlan. Conlan is up by 32 points. In my mind, they should have just stopped this. But you know what? Who knows? Maybe Conlan's going to come out and just stop him right here, which the crowd, I'm sure, loves what Michael Conlan's doing against Belmar Preciado. Oh, and Preciado landing with the left hand. You know, he got up fairly quickly. And that's the thing. And maybe that's the key for Conlan in order to stop me. He needs to, you know, he wobbled him hard with one punch in each time. If he can continue to do that, it's gonna be pretty darn incredible what he could possibly do against Belmar Preciado. Oh, and he's wobbling him now. Oh, Conlan just on top of him and just keeps tattooing him with shots. Conlan is just punching Belmar Preciado up and down the ring. Oh, and he has him wobbled now. Conlan wants the knockout. He really wants the knockout. So we are now going into the 10th round. Mick Conlan, well ahead on the scorecards. He's breathing heavy. Delmar Preciado is very tired and has a cut over his eye. 10-8. 10-8. We'll see if Mick Conlan can close the show in grand fashion. We know that he'd like to. And this is the 10th round. You know that he's going to let everything hang out. You know Preciado is, he may go for it. So we may get a knockout. But I think most likely Mick Conlan's going to take a decision over Delmar Preciado. Preciado punching Conlan into the ropes. Continues doing that. So just get an email. Usually it's around this time. I'm going to wait to check. People are all like, oh, check your email, do this, do that. I'm just going to wait. I'm going to wait till this bout is over. All right. And Mick Conlan just kind of trying to pick apart, looking, still kind of just, he's going for it. He's going for it, but it's weird. Neither of them are throwing punches. It's been like 10 seconds. Neither of them has thrown a punch. Come on, guys. What's going on? Maybe they're tired. It has been 10 rounds. Okay, so there's Michael Collins. I'm sorry, trying to call him Michael Collins. It's not. We're at the 130 mark. So at the halfway point of the final round. And I mean, if I'm Mick Conlan, I would have tried to maybe have drawn Delmar Preciado out a little bit more, but maybe he just feels that Preciado is so just hurt and so not functional within this that he, is not really a threat. So we're in the final minute of the 10th round, and so both guys' output has slowed. I don't know if this in real life or in reality is Michael Conlan's. How do I put this? Michael Conlan is Michael Conlan is what is the word that I'm looking for? Oh wow, he has Delmar Preciado wobbled. He keeps punching him. So we're in the final seconds of the 10th round. Michael Conlan taking a decision, it seems, over Delmar Preciado by a huge margin on this, what should have been the St. Patrick's Day fight. It got canceled by coronavirus, and then I forgot to do it. So the winner, Conlan by decision. Here, let's look at the judges' scorecards for the particulars. The winner is Michael Conlan by unanimous decision. The fight lasted 10 rounds. Conlan was knocked down. Preciado was knocked down one time and has a cut over his eye. The final score is 99-85, 185-186. So, folks, thank you so much for tuning in to Boxing Time TV. If you like what you saw here, please ring the bell. Please like, comment, and subscribe. Please direct message me if there's bouts that you want to see. And we have a saying here at Boxing Time TV, why wait? Let's watch it now, and then we'll watch the real thing and compare it. So this bout, or Michael Conlan, all these fighters are going to fight again. We're just in a time where we need to be extra vigilant. And that's why I'm doing these bouts, just to bring some happiness to, hey, the fights aren't happening, but they're happening on Boxing Time TV. Check them out, share them, and thank you so much for tuning in. My name is Evan Jacobs, and we'll see you at the fights.